Jaimunji is back. I told you I'd be back with another reaction to Stray Kids. My apologies. It's been about a month. I did not think it was that long ago. My bad. So I'm making up to it today with one of the most requested ones by you guys, Thunderous. Now, it has been a long time since I remember reading the comments describing Thunderous. I just remember seeing Thunderous. So I'm going into this one completely blind. I can't remember if you guys said this was a bit more attitude, a bit more poppy, a bit more kind of like my metal analogy ones I like to do. So completely blind, and that's exciting. I like doing that. So we're going to chuck on the headphones. While I do that, you hit the subscribe button so you get notified, and I remember to do more of these reactions because I've been listening to deathcore all day. I'm talking like Whitechapel, Signs of the Swarm, and I was like, you know what? Now would be the perfect time to jump into a bit of K-pop, have a bit of fun with it. So we're going to have fun with it, guys. Make sure, if you're like me and you're over 30, do your little stretches first before we get all boppy into this one. So nice and loose. Let's go. I like the horn.
소리를 지르는 내가 창빈이란 더내 자리는 내가 참 더 태도는 터프하게 되기를 폭주하는 기관총 몰아친 허리케인이 뒤집어진 우산 잔소리꾼의 최후 우리 좋구나 나무꾼은 어서 돌아가시오 여긴 나무랄 데가 없네 납작해질 리 없는 콧대와 핏대와 함께 세운 집대 훨씬 더 웅장하게 되는 경적 소리 dirty.
Alright, we'll stop it for a second. We'll stop it. I'll go back slightly just so we don't ruin that transition. We kind of get a bit of a group shot. Why don't we? Yeah, that'll do. Alright, so far so good. This definitely took me off guard. I thought when it first started up with the horns and everything, it was going to be, funny enough, a bit more poppy. I thought, okay, this is going to be intro before it came into it. No, it wasn't as poppy as I thought it was going to be. Still had a bit of that attitude. Not as gritty as the last one I did. The duo. Sorry, I'm forgetting the name of it right now. And then it came into that chorus. And that chorus is very interesting as well because it felt like a drop without actually having the drop, if you know what I mean. The doom coming down, but it wasn't isolated. It wasn't kind of led up to that. It was just in the mix, which I found very interesting. Yeah, I don't know where this one's going to go. The one thing I was kind of marveling at more than anything is how long must it take them to film these music videos? I know, and coming from the metal world, a lot of the metalhead guys will complain that, oh, you know, you've got to do this music video. I'm like, you're just kind of standing there playing your instruments, dude. These guys are changing costumes like every 10 seconds. Yeah, so much work must go into it. But anyway, let's keep going because this one's been suggested for a reason. So yeah, let's see.
Keep on talking, we don't play by the rules. 그래 다 들었어 소리 이거저거 귀찮아서 도리도리 말이 너무 많아 자꾸 나서지 좀 마라 Why you mad, why you sad, why you tick out of band 중 얼레리 걸레리 멋있는 척들이 양진 발끝 조찬도 따라오지 못한 여기는 팬들 들어봐 질투가 전부 한쪽으로 지워놓고 버려 기다감 악당 물이 뜨거운 비가 돌아온 몸에 번져 소문난 꾼들의 모임에 쏟아지는 눈빛은 freezing cold but I know we're better forever 해보라는 태도 내 여전히 하나를 내뱉지 퇴 소리꾼 Man, I'm not sorry.
I'm so sorry. I have to ask, why is he injured? I keep seeing it. And I'm like, okay, because he's got the bead up above the eyebrow. He's got like the strip on there, you know, holding the wound closed. He's all bandaged up. Something happened in a different video that I have not seen yet, or I have seen and I've forgotten about it. Let's go back a little bit because I am really fascinated with this chorus. As someone who I don't venture into, we'll just say pop music for the sake of saying pop music. I venture into pop music is 80s and 90s stuff. I'm very stuck in that era of just, cheesy 80s pop, very much cheesy 90s pop. I'm a big, as much as a Metalhead fan I am, and a massive Metalhead fan I am, Sam I am, I guess. I'm a big fan of bands like Aqua and the Vanga Boys and Mr. President, just that bubblegum pop. I do not know why. I do not know why. It's the only thing I listen to outside of kind of like metal that's super. You would never guess that from me. But yeah, there we go. I'm admitting it now. And this doesn't remind me of that at all. So I shouldn't get to that point. What I'm trying to say is that this kind of is just so different, this chorus. To any other chorus I've listened to in my musical venture, I can't really place it. So it's interesting for me. I'm discovering new things. As a guy who religiously listens to music, to discover new things and just new ways of doing something is fascinating to me. I love
날이면 날마다 오는 날이 아닌 오늘 소리꾼들이 왔어요. 원래 삐딱해 소리는 일단 백 맘에 안 들면 들 때까지 말 대답해. Final warning 당장 back up, press up, set up, break up. how 말안 해 뱉지 퇴 소리꾼.
I will say one thing. I'm so sorry to pause this and go back so frequently. I know I normally don't do that, but I actually, this whole time I've said, I don't know how I would put this, but in this part here, after kind of Felix comes in, does a bit of the deep voice, and then, I'm sorry, I'm slowly learning their names, but it's been a little while. When the rapping comes in after that, there's a band called Paleface Swiss, and I instantly pictured Zelly doing the vocals, but he's got a scream very much like Corey Taylor from Slipknot, but a bit more rhythmic, if that makes sense, and I just heard it straight away.
날이면 날마다 오는 날이 아닌 오늘 소리꾼들이 왔어요. 원래 삐딱해 소리는 일단 백 맘에 안 들면 들 때까지 말 대답해. Final warning 당장 back up, press up, set up, break up. how 말안 해 뱉지 퇴 소리꾼. Dirty. Keep on talking, we don't play by the rules.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We'll let the Stray Kids logo come up and then we'll pause it. There we go. There we go. That was really good. I'm not surprised you guys suggested that one to me at all, but you kind of threw me off my game. I've been pretty good with these ones going, oh yeah, I can compare it here, compare it there. This is what it would sound like here. No, this one kind of threw out the rule book a bit for me, so congratulations. You guys kind of stumped me on that one. Like I said, that part after, we'll call it the bridge, where the kind of rhythmic rhyming came back and forth a bit, I instantly in my head would be, I'm not going to scream now because I haven't warmed up. But yeah, you could do it. You could easily do it. You chuck some guitars there, a bit of double bass, and boom, Bob's your uncle. But no, I like that one. Yeah, very different. Like I said before, I'm sorry I took so long to come back. And I will get another one out a bit more... I was about to say a bit more soon, but that's not correct English. It's been a long week. Long week, ladies and gentlemen, and it's Tuesday. It is Tuesday. That's a problem. We've got a long weekend coming up, so I'll rest and I'll come back with a bit more energy for the next one. But suggest what you'd like to hear next. If it's more Stray Kids, please suggest away. I know I've got a few there, but I'm curious. I know I've kept you guys waiting. Is there one you want to hear sooner rather than later? And if you've got something outside of Stray Kids, suggest that as well. For me, for my kind of metal recommendations, I mentioned Paleface Swiss. That is a very heavy band. I'd maybe suggest the song The Gallows. That's probably an easier one. Or if you want something a bit softer, a bit more moody, a bit more sad, Everything Is Fine or Rivers of Sorrow. And if you want to check out a band that I'm wearing, I've got Sleep Token hat on. Any Sleep Token song I think you guys would enjoy. Maybe go Past Self. Past Self by Sleep Token. That's a very poppy song. Not very metal at all. Very poppy. And this one I'm wearing President. Go Rage. That's a bit of a mellow but still kind of boppy song. So Rage by President. Past Self by Sleep Token. Everything is fine. Paleface Swiss. Go for it. Tell me if you liked any of those songs. And I'll be around, so hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I've been Jaimunji, and you'll have a bloody good one. Subscribe.